Blueberries are a great addition to any garden, and it's one of those plants I feel are relatively low maintenance and worth having, and I think everyone can grow them, and like most things, nothing tastes quite as good as a blueberry from your own garden. However, when you're shopping for blueberry plants, there's a few things you want to keep in mind. The first thing to consider is getting at least 2 blueberry plants. While blueberry plants are self-pollinating, meaning you can get fruit from just one plant, I do think it's a good idea to have at least 2 blueberry plants because the cross-pollination won't alter the variety of the fruit you eat, but it will help produce a larger and better crop. We're talking higher yields and bigger berries. Blueberries can have different bloom times though, so while I do recommend getting different varieties that bloom during different parts of the season so you can have blueberries at different times, you should have at least 2 blueberry plants that will bloom around the same time for the cross-pollination to happen. And it doesn't have to be 2 different varieties, it can be 2 plants of the same variety. You may end up with several blueberry plants to make sure each plant has a buddy, but I don't really think that's a problem. The second thing you really want to consider when shopping for blueberry plants is their required chill hours. Like many other fruiting plants, blueberry plants require a certain number of hours below 45 degrees Fahrenheit to bear a good crop. Now, that doesn't mean you need to be counting the exact chill hours you get each year, but what it does mean is if you live in a warmer climate like I do, you should look for varieties that have low chill hour requirements. There are some varieties that have really low chill hour requirements in the 150 chill hour range, which would be good for really warm climates. And it's okay if they get more chill hours. You just want to make sure that your plants reach those minimum chill hours. And if you live in an area that snows, you can most likely grow any variety unless it doesn't snow very heavily or very often, in which case you might want to stick to varieties that have moderate chill hour requirements from about 400 to 700 hours just to be safe, or to be even safer, look for varieties with even less required chill hours. And if you have no idea when the bloom time is for the variety you want to get or already have at home and are shopping for a second plant, or you don't know the variety's chill hour requirements, you can always look the information up online as long as you know the name of the variety of your blueberry plant. And when shopping for new plants, most nurseries will have that information on the labels of the plants themselves or other signage in the nursery that can help you figure all of that out. However, if you see blueberry plants at big box stores or stores like Costco, the chill hour requirements might not be listed on the label, and just because a plant is sold in your area doesn't always mean it's good to grow in your area. So if you don't see that information, do a quick search to find the chill hour requirements for the blueberry plants in question. If you are a small space gardener and really can't make space for 2 or more plants, don't be discouraged because you can still get fruit from one plant. Just make sure the variety you choose can get the chill hours it needs. There are also different types of blueberry plants like high bush blueberry plants that can do well in a container but can generally get large when planted in the ground. And then there's varieties that are smaller and bushier and can do just fine in a smaller container. And there are even some dwarf varieties, and even though the plants might be small, their yields can be quite high. So for smaller space gardeners, I'd definitely recommend looking into those varieties and see if you could maybe squeeze in 2 smaller varieties to help ramp up your yield. One of the best things about blueberry plants, besides getting to eat the fruit, is that they are perennial plants. So you don't need to buy new plants each year unless you want to add to your collection or you want more to increase your yield. If you aren't already growing blueberry plants in your garden, you should. They are totally worth it and you won't regret it.